background on Telnes. We're a large carrier that a lot of partners are not very familiar with because we only work in the partner channel. So we grow one partner at a time from a growth perspective. Our big claim to fame is we build high availability networks for customers on the voice and data side, and we help them with all the routing, switching, security that they might not know how to make work, delivered as a fixed rate monthly service fee. So commissionable managed service basically, where we can help the customers solve those routing problems. So in the case study example that I have today, and we've got a little network video that I'll kind of talk through in a second. We had a partner who had a neighbor who's a CIO of a fast-growing restaurant chain. So we service a lot of restaurant chains in the restaurant space, and also a lot of Ethernet up, like larger capacity customers. So this partner gets a call from his neighbor as a CIO and says, basically, I'm in big trouble. We have a large carrier in place today that I thought would be very stable for us. We're having constant voice outages. We have all kinds of network problems. We need high availability at a branch location because we want to make sure that all of our real-time inventory data, when I swipe a credit card, it works, and none of the backup is working like it's supposed to. This is a nightmare, right? I feel like I'm going to lose my job. Help me. Do you have any ideas and solutions? So this partner was not actually very versed in selling complex networks, but knew that we did this. We worked in this space. So just said, hey, can you help me, and get on a call with this company and see if there's anything we can discover and do for them. So we find out quickly that they're in contract, that we find out that they can eliminate part of their spend. So they can move voice off their network, but they're stuck with all their existing locations. And they kept having outages to their headquarters location and to their data center, right? So they lose routes from their branch connectivity being able to reach back, but some parts of the network would still be working. So what we proposed, what we did for this customer is we went to their headquarters location and their data center, and we installed a 50 meg fiber circuit at their headquarters circuit, 100 meg fiber circuit at their data center. So this created now a ring of redundancy from the headquarters to the data center. But we also tied together management of their existing MPLS network. So we took over all the routing of their existing network, right? It's just BGP taking over management of those routers to make the network self-heal. So when they lose connectivity to their headquarters location or across their primary network, they can reach back through their data center to get back to the HQ. So now we brought in some level of high availability and redundancy for their headquarters location. Their next piece was they wanted to move to a hosted PBX environment. It was a miserable failure with their primary vendor. They tried bringing in BYOB, right, where I'm going to just hope it's going to work across the internet, come in their environment. That didn't work either. Since we took over the routing of their existing network, we can deliver our voice with class of service injected into another network. So if you ever find a customer out there that has an MPLS network that's in contract, there's a lot of opportunities that we can uncover there. Redundancy, management of existing problems, and also tying voice into that network. So for this customer, we injected voice in, we ported all the services away. Well, this customer is also very fast growing. They open about 40 locations a year annually. Our average install times, if you look at T1 just as a basic metric for how fast can you install something, we install an average of about 2 to 3 weeks. It's very, very quick. So for them, we made it very easy for them to scale all their new locations. So a new branch is plugged in with primary circuit, which is T1 or Ethernet over copper, because right, it's a restaurant. They all get a cable backup circuit, which we tie into the network. We also manage failover across both those circuits. So we also run it in active-active fashion. So all their primary voice and mission-critical like inventory data goes out over their MPLS link. All their guest Wi-Fi, which we manage that Wi-Fi environment, goes out over the cable circuit. Cable fails, we automatically collapse that traffic back into the network core, the MPLS network. MPLS network fails, we have an always-on tunnel that's encrypted that ties right back into our network core across the backup circuit. That traffic will self-heal over the backup circuit. And then for the smaller branch-type locations, we tie in 4G wireless for the failover. So this customer is tremendously happy, not only because we brought a lot of network stability in, we helped them with their security architecture, their routing, their switching, really just entire network in the box. They're also happy because their support structure dramatically changed. You can't build highly complex engineering type solutions for a customer and not have a tangibly different support structure. So all of our competitors are tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 support. Some call it layered support now, right? That sounds better. We'll give you a dedicated point of contact. But the problem is it's the same story and the same problems, that everyone keeps slightly approaching it differently. Our support structure is entirely different. All of our support's delivered from Cisco certified, Fortinet certified, Metaswitch certified, real IP engineers, tier 4 engineers. Normally you couldn't speak to in a carrier. So every customer is tied into their own personalized engineering pod. It's an 8-person, 24/7 staff team of engineers. So when they call in, they keep working with the same team of engineers. And we've developed an algorithm that even pairs them a step further to keep them working with engineers that have the most experience with them, and also tying that into engineers that have the best availability. So we make sure they're finding that optimal fit of someone that knows them, and also at the same time, someone that has time to work with. So I think that's a very different on the support story. And then we give them great visibility with LinkWatch. LinkWatch is our network management platform where they can see their entire network, easily interface with our support. So that's a very wordy overview of kind of, I guess, what we do in a case study. Any questions you guys have?
getting quotes from you guys for a long time through another master, but they've never mentioned the 4G backup, so I've been going separately for that.
So I think it's always a parallel of, right, it's tough to get communication out of what you do, and different partners fall into different segments. We have a lot of partners that all they sell is a single site circuit, 10 meg, integrated PRI, that's all they ever sell. And we do a lot of those circuits. But where the majority of our business comes from, and most of what we do, is working with large enterprise customers in the private networking arena, being their strategic partner, helping to make route switch work, helping to make high availability work, building quad levels of redundancy, primary fiber, secondary fiber, tertiary, copper, and then quad level redundancy on wireless. We do that for customers all day long. So we build really complex networks for those customers, but for a lot of partners, that's not going to be a good fit. So my takeaway today is whether this is a single site customer, if I can just take one thing away, we can bring high availability in that single site space. We deliver hosted voice very, very successfully, very high touch, but also in the large network arena, most partners don't know how to create a very high availability fabric for a customer because they're not CCIEs, they're not Cisco superdogs. We have those resources to help you guys build the box around the customer. And in the sales process, it's compelling to customers. In the enterprise space today, they're all about high availability, typically not just cost savings. More bandwidth, high availability, smarter networks. How do you help me do that?